Gilas Pilipinas performed well in their first match for their China stint. Meanwhile, gymnast Karl Eldrew Yulo secured a gold medal in the all-around event of the Palarong Pambansa 2023. Joriz Bonifacio tells us more.
Gilas Pilipinas had a great start to their China stint, which is part of their preparations for the upcoming FIBA World Cup this August. The national team defeated Iran with a score of 76-65 in the ongoing Haiwan Was International Basketball Tournament. In the game, Dwight Ramos and Jamie Malonzo led the first quarter, ending the score at 21-23. CJ Perez also showed a strong performance for Gilas in the third quarter. AJ Edu, Ren Sabando, and Calvin Octana also displayed impressive performances. Malonzo led Gilas with 11 points, while Ramos and Octana contributed 10 points each. Up next, Gilas will face Senegal on Friday. In other news, the younger brother of gymnast champion Carlos Yulo, Karl Eldrew Yulo, secured the gold medal in the individual all-around event of men's artistic gymnastics in the ongoing Palarong Pambansa 2023. This happened after Karl obtained a total of 46.25 points in 4 apparatuses. It is worth remembering that in previous national games, Yulo also won multiple gold medals. This includes 5 golds in the 2017 National Games in Antique, 4 in the 2018 National Games in Vigan, and 5 golds in the 2019 National Games in Davao City. For God and my beloved country, the Philippines, I am Joriz Bonifacio, SMNI News.
The Civil Service Commission is guiding workers who will be affected by the government right-sizing initiative. How will the job security of these workers be ensured? MJ Mondihar has the details.
Exactly a month ago, President Bongbong Marcos convened his cabinet to further advance the government right-sizing program. Under this initiative, the government will reduce its workforce across its agencies. This entails implementing reskilling and upskilling programs for government personnel. This effort aims to reduce manpower costs and eliminate redundant or overlapping positions. If an employee cannot be transferred to another agency, they might face demotion. And if neither of those options is feasible, termination from their position might be a possibility. However, there's no need to worry, according to the Civil Service Commission. CSC Chairman Carlo Alexi Nograles assures that the job security of all those affected by right-sizing is guaranteed.
Dito sa pag-finalize ng right-sizing law, in-ensure naman po natin na yung security of tenure and protection ng ating mga workers ay nandun pa rin.
In fact, Nograles mentioned the appropriate job placements will be sought for those impacted by the program.
So ganun din po mangyayari sa right-sizing, no? Pag mag-reorganize to make sure na yung mga pag gumawa ng mga bagong posisyon ay mabibigyan po ng first priority, no, ang mga nandun na sa loob na mga nagtatrabaho na sa organisasyon or sa government office na yan, na mabigyan silang comparable position.
Right-sizing was not mentioned in President Marcos' 2023 State of the Nation address, although it was one of his mandates under the National Government Right-Sizing Program, or NGRP, in his 2022 SONA.
The NGRP will entail a comprehensive strategic review of the functions, operations, organization, system, and processes of the different agencies, and massive and transformational initiatives in agencies concerned, such as mergers, consolidations, splitting, transfer, and even the abolition of some offices. The right-sizing efforts will also involve the conduct of a comprehensive strategic review of functions, programs, and projects that will cut across various agencies.
According to Nograles, the government will ensure that employees who choose to leave the government due to right-sizing will receive separation pay rather than participate in the initiative.
So yun yung first step, no, that make sure na may malalagay sila sa comparable position. At mabigyan din po sila ng option na kung ayaw naman po nila magpatuloy, ay meron silang matatanggap na separation pay. Yun naman ang nakalagay, no, sa mga provisions ng right-sizing.
As of now, the administration is finalizing the final version of the right-sizing program with key efforts from key government agencies. For Ganamable of Philippines, MJ Mondihar, SMNI News.
The military junta of Niger has revoked the mandates of 4 of its diplomatic representatives a week after it staged a coup to oust Nigerian President Mohamed Bazoum. Meanwhile, Bazoum pleaded with the West for help to defeat the Nigerian military. Virgil Parba reports.
The military junta, led by General Abdurrahman Chani, recently declared the authority of diplomats representing France, Togo, Nigeria, and the United States as terminated. The announcement came as ousted Nigerian President Mohamed Bazoum penned an article in Washington Post on Thursday asking the U.S. government to intervene. Bazoum labeled the coup as unjustified and sought international help to combat the military junta. He referred to earlier praise from U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken and described Niger with him in power as the last bulwark against the influence of Russia in the region of Sahel. Bazoum expressed concern over the rise of movements in neighboring countries such as Mali and Burkina Faso, employing the Russian paramilitary Wagner Group, which is known for its tactics in Ukraine. Notably, absent from Bazoum's letter was any mention of Niger's significant uranium exports to former colonial power France. The junta is reportedly playing on anti-Western sentiment and has announced that they were removing agreements with France and the US, under which both countries retain about 2,500 of their troops in Niger. The Economic Community of West African States, or ECOWAS, a 15-country regional bloc, issued an ultimatum last week demanding Bazoum be reinstated and that member states may otherwise use force. But the junta remains undeterred. General Chani condemned ECOWAS sanctions and vowed to respond with force to any outside intervention. He also banned uranium and gold exports to France. The junta has also indicated that it considers neighboring Mali and Burkina Faso to be friendly nations. To recall, Mali and Burkina Faso issued a joint communique warning that any military intervention against Niger would also amount to a declaration of war against them. And on Wednesday, Niger General Salifu Moudi, one of the military officers who seized powers to oust Bazoum, visited Mali amid speculations of possible interest in the Wagner Group, noting that hundreds of Wagner forces are stationed in Mali. Wagner chief Yevgeny Prigozhin also lauded the coup and ordered his services to Niger. Meanwhile, an ECOWAS delegation visited Niger's capital Niamey this week to negotiate a possible resolution to the crisis. According to African media, the talks failed on Thursday. Reporting, this has been Virgil Parba, Azmina News.